Planning on a trip to South Korea anytime soon? Here are the 10 most interesting, mind-blowing facts that you probably didn't know about this quirky little country east of Asia. Number 10. The Korean age. When you're in South Korea, you're automatically a year older, and not because there's some weird time-space warp going on in there. In Korean age, babies are already considered a year old at birth, given the fact that they've spent 9 months average in their mom's tummy. Come New Year, every newborn gets a 1-up on their age. So, if you were born in December, you're automatically 1 year old on your date of birth. And after just a few weeks, you're already 2 years old as soon as January comes. It can be tricky, so when asked how old you are, the simplest way to answer is to just tell them the year you were born. At number 9, blood types. Much like neighbors in Japan, the South Koreans think that knowing your blood type is important. And not just for medical reasons. They believe that a person's blood type contributes to his or her personality. Kind of like the way zodiac signs are believed to. If you go on a date, it's not uncommon to be asked what your blood type is, because they also use this to decide whether a person is a good match for you or not. At number 8, Christmas and New Year. In most other countries, Christmas is a time for family reunions, while New Year's are typically spent partying with friends. In South Korea, it's almost the opposite. Christmas for Koreans is for couples, and so it's not too critical for them to be with their families on this day. On New Year's Day, this is when they travel to their hometowns to spend time with their family. Another holiday-related fact at number 7, unusual V-Day traditions. Another thing that the South Koreans and Japanese share in common is the fact that Valentine's Day is a day when men receive chocolates from the ladies. A month later, on March 14, is White Day, during which it is the men's turn to give gifts to their loved ones. But even more unusual is the South Koreans' Black Day, which happens another month later on April 14, which is a time for single men and women to dress in nothing but black and gather to eat black jjajangmyeon noodles to either mourn or celebrate the single life. We know, it sounds a little extreme, but trust me when I say that there are tons of other weirder V-Day practices out there, like the ones in this video about 14 of the weirdest Valentine's Day traditions in the world. Back to our list at number 6, largest drinkers in Asia. If you think vodka or gin are the world's best-selling alcohol, surprise, you're wrong. For years, soju has been topping that list, so it's not surprising that, on average, South Koreans also drink more alcohol per person per year compared to the Germans, Americans, Australians, or Irish. To add to that, while most other countries have some laws on drinking in public, in South Korea, there is only one law on that. You can drink anywhere. And yes, we mean everywhere. In the park, on a public bus, while walking down the street, you're free to take a swig. Just do yourself a favor and try not to pass out on the sidewalk, okay? At number 5, no jaywalking. They may not be strict when it comes to drinking in public places, but the South Koreans are highly obedient when it comes to following traffic and pedestrian laws. This helps them keep their streets safer and their traffic incidents consistently low. They wouldn't dare cross the street unless it's their turn, even if the street is clear or no one else is looking. Now that's discipline. Moving on to number 4, internet policies. It's a little weird talking about the internet in South Korea. On one hand, you have the fact that they boast the world's fastest average connection speed, and that more than 90% of the population are connected to the internet. On the other hand, internet censorship is a huge deal in South Korea. And despite it being a democratic country, the government has a say in what online content you can and cannot consume. Also, although they're technologically competitive, South Korea has a weird policy that requires all online banking and shopping transactions to be done through Internet Explorer. Talk about being stuck in 1996. We're down to the last 3 items on this list, and we're absolutely positive that you didn't know about these until now. Before we get there, make sure you've already hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for more amazing videos. Alright, let's get on with our list. Making it to number 3. Unusual housewarming gifts. If you're moving into a new home in South Korea, don't bother getting toilet paper or laundry detergent anymore because you're guaranteed to get loads of them at your housewarming party. While you may have to clear out some space to make room for all the toilet paper and laundry detergent, what's great about this tradition is that it's practical and it makes picking out housewarming gifts a lot easier. At number 2. Amazing food delivery. Yes, food delivery is pretty common around the world, but South Korea takes their food delivery services seriously. Apart from the fact that most restaurants are open for delivery late at night, their preferred mode of transport for deliveries is through motorcycles, which often means you'll get your food faster even when there's heavy traffic. But that's not what's unique about their service. Get this, once you're done with your meal, all you gotta do is leave the dishes outside your front door and the person who delivered your food will swing by later to pick them up. Amazing! Last but not the least on our list, here's one last thing you're gonna want to know before you visit South Korea. At number 1. South Korean superstitions. It doesn't take a lot to give South Koreans some serious anxiety. What with all the superstitions they have? Let's talk about 3 of the most famous urban legends in South Korea. First, there's what they call fan death. The belief that sleeping in a closed room with the electric fan on can cause death. Some would say it's because this can lower the body temperature and lead to hypothermia. Others believe that air will make it difficult to breathe and cause people to choke. And there are those who think there's some supernatural backstory to it. This is why most fans in South Korea have automatic shut-off timers. Another prevalent superstition you have to know is that red ink is considered bad luck in South Korea. So don't even think about writing a person's name in red unless that person has passed on. Or you want them to think that you want that person dead. And then there's the national tetraphobia. Because the number 4 in Korean is written in the same way as the Chinese character for the word death, South Koreans try to stay away from the number 4 as it is considered bad luck. Because of this, in most elevators, the 4th floor button is replaced with the letter F, and apartment numbers with multiple 4s in them are often valued at lower rates. South Korea is such an awesome country that despite its size, it's become one of the most visited countries in the world. Apart from the ones on this list, are there other cool, weird, and surprising facts that we should know about South Korea? Tell us in the comments section, and if you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos on what makes these other Asian countries interesting. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications to get front row seats to watch Canon's mind-blowing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.